WYLN Studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Monday, April 18th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. WYLN is pleased to announce that we are hosting a live primary Republican debate for the 17th Congressional District this evening at 7 p.m. Currently, Congressman Matt Cartwright holds that seat in Washington, but his seat is up. Republicans Matt Connolly and Glenn Geisinger will go head-to-head in the debate to claim the spot on the Republican ticket. The debate will be live on WYLN tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. A live debate analysis show will follow from 8 to 8:30 p.m. Topic A host Gary Perna will moderate, and host of WYLN's The Storm, Tiffany Cloud, and LULAC political editor David Yonkai will be among the panelists asking questions. The winner of this April 26th primary will face off against Cartwright in the general election this November. Stay tuned to WYLN this evening for that live Republican debate for the 17th Congressional District between Matt Connolly and Glenn Geisinger. Two Hazleton men were arrested and charged with criminal trespassing after leading police on a chase Friday night. Hazleton police responded to the area of 3rd and Alter Street shortly after 12:30 p.m. for a report of a fight in progress. During the investigation, Jose Luis Jimenez Reyes and Estradi Contreras came through the area in a red Honda. They saw the officers and began to flee the scene. They drove to 18th Street and North Locust, where they exited the vehicle and fled on foot. The two men then unlawfully entered a residence which was occupied by a female and her young child. Police safely removed the woman and child from the home and found Reyes hiding in an upstairs bedroom, and Contreras was found hiding on the front porch. Reyes and Contreras were both charged with criminal trespassing and taken to the Luzerne County Prison for lack of $35,000 bail each. On Sunday, East Union Township arrested a man and charged him with a felony. Not a lot of information was released as to what led to the arrest of Wildris Santos Colon of Hazleton. According to East Union Township Police, Colon was arrested on Sunday and charged with felony fleeing and eluding a police officer, along with numerous traffic violations after an incident on Shep Street in Shepton. Two other men who have not been named by police will face summary violations in connection with that incident. Medical marijuana is now legal in Pennsylvania, or will be in 30 days, when the bill Governor Wolf signed into law on Sunday takes effect. Pennsylvania becomes the 24th state to offer medical marijuana. The bill, however, does not legalize joint smoking in any forms. Cannabis is now legal in pill, liquid, ointment, and other forms. But to get it, you must have a prescription and be diagnosed with one of the conditions on the screen that we will be showing you right now. Patients will need to get a medical marijuana identification card. The Commonwealth will allow 50 medical marijuana dispensaries, with each allowed to have up to 3 locations. Patients will not be able to grow their own plants. The full medical marijuana program is expected to take 18 to 24 months to get fully implemented. Students in one part of Luzerne County were out cleaning up the rails to trails this morning. WYLN's Aaron Harvey has more.
MMI Preparatory School is doing their part in making Hazleton a better place. Today, a group of students went to Rails to Trails to volunteer. A community service club is something new to MMI Prep.
This is the first year of the Interact Club, and it's a community service club. It's nationally known, and it's run through the Rotary. I went to a summer camp called RILA, and this is where I first heard about Interact Club, and I really wanted to bring it to my school so I could help out the community.
Eskenbach says they helped log different growths of trees.
So we're here to volunteer for Rails to Trails, and they wanted us to do some things like the water box project that they have, which is a new technology developed to plant trees, and they're going to log it. So we're going to continue to come back to Rails to Trails and help them log the different growths of the trees. Here we have a weeding section. We're going to try to prevent the weeds from coming back, and we also have a group that's building benches so when people are walking around the park that they could just take a break when they need to.
The group is going to another local park Friday for Earth Day.
We're going to be cleaning up the Freeland Park on Friday, and since we're a new club, we're trying to figure out how everything works. So this is our first major project, and we did a mitten tree drive in December for the homeless in Freeland and in Hazleton.
For more information, you can visit www.mmiprep.org or facebook.com/MMIprep. In Hazleton, for WILN News, I'm Erin Harvey.
Thank you, Erin. Presidential Republican candidate Donald Trump opened an office in Hazleton on Saturday, and Congressman Lou Barletta, who endorsed Trump for president, was there to cut the ribbon. Congressman Lou Barletta serves as the Pennsylvania co-chairman for the Donald Trump for President campaign.
Obviously shows the overwhelming support that Donald Trump has here in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Barletta said it's too often that people head out to the polls without knowing which candidate each delegate supports. He hopes they learn by the April 26th primary.
Our Pennsylvania is different than any other state where if they don't know who they're voting for, they could actually be voting against Donald Trump by voting for the wrong delegates.
Trump opened another office in Scranton earlier this month. Pennsylvania's primary election will be held next Tuesday, April 26th. Time now for our first look at our forecast. Not a cloud in the sky today, and warmer temperatures were on the way. Spring is certainly here with a hint of summer weather. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back in the Weather Center with all the details. Joe?
Thank you very much, Ann. Tell you what, boy, it was a splendid day to be outdoors across northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Take a look at Berwick in Columbia County. Temperature-wise, in the 80s, even now as I speak. Winds coming about 6 miles per hour with a wind gusts of about 9. But other than that, it was picture perfect to be outdoors. Temperatures well above average. Nice afternoon and evening for traveling if you have to do any type of traveling. Things looking pretty good out there on the roadways. We do have those fire weather watches in effect for tomorrow. Low humidity values, high winds, so could be some forest fires out there, but notice high pressure and control continues to remain mild. 70s, 80s, high temperatures, pretty nice, and even very nice right now. 73 now in New Angola, 81 in Berwick, 82 in Bloomsburg, 82 degrees in Danville. I'll talk about the complete 7-day forecast, which has a bit of a cool down in it, as well as a chance of some rain coming up in just a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, details on some well-known World War II aircraft that's coming to the Hazleton area. Plus, it's Monday, which means Ting O from Physical Therapy and Balance Centers will be here to talk about the Helping Hand Society Telethon. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, Weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, and Sports with Eric DeBerardinis.
Glenn Geisinger is a proven conservative running for Congress. Glenn Geisinger is a veteran of the 82nd Airborne Division who will keep our country safe. Glenn Geisinger is a small businessman who wants our economy to work for everyone. Glenn Geisinger is pro-life and pro-Second Amendment. Glenn Geisinger will find common sense answers to problems holding back our country. For principled leadership and conservative solutions, vote Glenn Geisinger on Tuesday, April 26th.
This is Glenn Geisinger, and I approve this message.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi Electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Mary's dress waves like emergency dancers.
On April 23rd, the Alice Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton will present the B Street Band, the original Bruce Springsteen tribute band, at 7:30. Nearly 5,500 performances and 34 years later, the B Street Band is still the hardest working tribute band on the circuit. Tickets are on sale now at the locations on your screen. The B Street Band, April 23rd at the Alice Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton.
Iconic World War II aircraft planes will be landing in Hazleton this coming August. Today, WYLN had the chance to meet up with one of the organizers for the event to hear all about it. How would you like the opportunity to tour or take a ride in a World War II vintage Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress, a consolidated B-24 Liberator, a B-25 Mitchell, or a North American P-51 Mustang. Your opportunity, if interested, is coming up this August. Since 1990, the Wings of Freedom Tour has stopped at the Hazleton Municipal Airport for all to see and visit. Alan Dick, Collings Foundation tour stop organizer, said it's something you will not want to miss.
They've been coming to the Hazleton Airport now for several years. This year we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to have more reenactors out there. We have a car show planned for the Tuesday of the event, and one of the things I actually love is getting good food trucks up there. So we have some phenomenal food coming out there. So we're really putting together a nice event out there for the Hazleton area.
These unique and rare treasures of aviation history will be here for 3 days in August, the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
It's nice that they come here because it's actually a museum that visits us. We don't have to go out to them. So you get to see these aircraft. It acts as a magnet for bringing people out that are interested in this. The veterans show up. The few that are left from World War II are be coming out. But we're also adding new features to it. We want people to see old and interesting cars, so we have a car show planned for it. We also want you to be well fed when you're out there, so we have great food trucks coming out. And there's a number of reenactment groups, folks that portray the different nationalities and infantrymen that fought in the war. They'll be coming out and bringing their vehicles and artillery pieces and demonstrating what they do. So it's really a fun 3-day event up at the Hazleton Airport. There were 12,700 Boeing B-17s built during the war. There's maybe 20 of them that are left flying in the world today. The Liberator, the B-24, that was the most produced military aircraft in U.S. history. That had something like 18,200 built. There's one that's fully restored and flying, and that's the one that'll be here. In the world, there's only 2 flying right now. In any condition. So it kind of gives you the how rare these aircraft actually are.
Dick says those young and old will love this display, and those who wish to take a 30-minute flight with the team can do so by finding out more information on their Facebook page.
That's where we're keeping most of the information for right now, and you can follow us at Wings Over Hazleton. We'll be giving out all the information there. It shows you how you can register your car for the car show, how you can come out and get tickets for it, how you can volunteer or sponsor. All the information's there.
Once again, the Wings of Freedom Tour will stop in Hazleton on August 22nd and take off from the Hazleton Municipal Airport around noon on August 24th. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
The Helping Hand Society's annual telethon will be held Saturday, April 23rd, live from the Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton and broadcast on WYLN TV 35. Enjoy local and regional entertainment all day Saturday from noon until 11 p.m. The Helping Hand Society's annual telethon live from the Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton on WYLN TV 35.
Well, you don't get much better weather this time around as compared to what we've been seeing across our region today. 70s, got some areas actually in the 80s overhead. Got pretty much mostly clear skies, a few of those high thin cirrus clouds floating by, but that pretty much is about it. Feels delightful, some cooler weather on the way, and also some showers. Onto the graphic for the day, and well, we got even that warmer air. It's been warm around here. Even yesterday wasn't bad, but we even got the warmer air coming into our area today, so definitely feeling very nice. We have temperatures in the 80s, and as I showed you earlier, out there in Berwick, Columbia County, parts of Bloomsburg, the normally warmer locations, temperatures have been actually in the 80s. Now, as it gets a little bit later, temperatures now are only in the upper 70s in Berwick, but tell you what, it is just splendid. Hopefully you got a chance to enjoy the great outdoors while you were able to, because some cooler air and some showers are coming into play. Now, because tomorrow it's going to be windy, low humidity levels, and it's going to be dry, it really increases the chance of those forest fires across our area and brush fires, and as a result we do have those fire weather watches in effect tomorrow morning through tomorrow evening. Live 35 Skycats Doppler continues to remain dry from Wilkes-Barre through Scranton, Berwick, Bloomsburg, Hazelton, all points at this time continuing to remain dry. 73 degrees are live Lehigh tire conditions outside our television station in Hazelton. Feeling pretty good out there. Another thing that's feeling good is today's high temperature. 76 and 50 to split in temperatures, 60 and 39 are the averages, although those records still stand of 92 and 28. 619, 747, sunrise and sunset for tomorrow. 78 now, Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, 82 in Allentown, 81 in Philly, 82 in Williamsport, 79 in State College. Mid to upper 80s in the Wyoming Valley area. Things looking pretty nice. Just, we just don't see many clouds at all. Just some of those high, thin cirrus clouds. That pretty much is about it. Skycast precipitation and clouds paints a picture of dry conditions even as we go into tomorrow and Wednesday. Next chance of seeing any rain probably won't get here until the ending part of the week, and that will of course bring a lowering of some of those temperatures across our area. Speaking of the temperatures going through tonight, we got 50s, maybe some upper 40s, a mild night tonight. Tomorrow we're up into the 60s, another mild day. Gets a little bit cooler for tomorrow night, upper 30s and lower 40s as we go into early Wednesday morning. So a little bit cooler for tomorrow, not quite as warm, but still pretty nice for this time of year. And by the ending part of the week, we're going to be looking at some more showers that come into play, and with that comes some cooler temperatures to talk about also. Extended forecast looking like this, and what we can expect the next couple of days: 63 and windy for tomorrow, 62 for Wednesday. Still mild for Thursday in the 60s, some showers, still mild for Friday, and then cooler for the weekend and early next week. Daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers: a pick 209 to pick 3103 and a pick 42978. Pick 5 numbers looking like this: 91320, and treasure hunt numbers 4, 7, 12, 18, and 20. Stick around, we'll have a lot more for you coming up after these commercial messages.
Welcome to the Extreme, the place where the greatest strength is your amazing enthusiasm, where there's nothing more explosive than the sound of your applause. Ringling Brothers and Barnum & Bailey presents Circus Extreme. Get ready for the greatest show on earth. Dare to experience Circus Extreme. Kids tickets are $10, playing April 28th through May 1st at Mohegan Sun Arena at Casey Plaza. Get your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com.
Combined Insurance makes it easy to protect you and your loved ones by paying cash directly to you when you need it most. Whether you're looking for accident and sickness, disability, or life coverage, Combined Insurance has a policy to meet your needs and fit your budget. Call John Ravello, 570-499-0504 for an appointment to help determine the best coverage for you. That's John Ravello, 570-499-0504.
It's Medical Monday here on WYLN, and here's Ting O from Physical Therapy and Balance Centers of Hazelton talking about this weekend's Helping Hand Society Telethon.
Hi, this is Ting O, and welcome to Medical Monday. We're here today to talk about an event that's going to be happening this Saturday, the Helping Hands Telethon, and we have with us today a couple of special guests. Mary Beth Cook, Executive Director of Helping Hands, and also Rose Pilati, who's the business manager. And they've been working 20 years in Helping Hands, is that correct?
He's a lot longer.
Mary Beth's 20. And they do great things with our kids, and they really need community support to keep this program going. So if I could have Mary Cook, could you tell our viewers a little bit about what Helping Hands does?
Absolutely. Helping Hands Society has been around for a long time, and we're a facility that deals with children with developmental delays, learning disabilities. We do outpatient therapies. We have a typical preschool, a special needs preschool. We have an after-school program that is based on visual perception, and we do tutoring. And it's a wonderful place with a wonderful staff, great board of directors that are devoted and dedicated. We offer a minimal fee to our children 3 and over. The children younger than that are funded through the CHIPS organization, another great group of people. So, but no one is ever turned away due to inability to pay. We are not about money. We're just trying to survive. That's why we're constantly fundraising.
And you guys are dependent on fundraising, is that correct, to raise most of the funds that's necessary?
Yeah. About 80% of our funding is through fundraising.
So through the year, there's always fundraising events that's going on.
Always, yes. And we just finished one on Saturday.
Yeah, I understand you guys hold the throwing hands contest as well.
Yes, we do a finger tournament.
Yes, that's right, throwing fingers. And the telethon this Saturday, could you talk a little bit about that?
It's important for people to remember that we have a new location. The Lehigh Valley Health and Wellness Center was so gracious and kind to allow us to go there, and we're excited about it. It's a beautiful place with plenty of parking. It's Saturday, April 23rd, and this is how and where we're going to keep our society going. But we always survive because I think people really know and understand what we do and why we're doing it. And we have wonderful children and great success stories. And
well, I just want to say this. If you don't believe in miracles, come up to Helping Hands. Believe me, you'll see a lot of miracles.
Yes.
Like Mary Beth said before, we have a very dedicated staff, and we're happy to have them. They're wonderful people. The telethon, as Mary Beth said, is April 23rd. We depend a great deal on sponsors. We have our sponsors, VIPs, et cetera, et cetera.
Right. And we're also going to have tricky trays and great entertainment. Events there, coming back, and Johnny Murato has his whole crew. And 3 special tributes to dear people that are no longer with us here on earth, that have been so wonderful to us. So we would like and hope that people would tune in to pay a tribute to them too. We just have so many good people out there that support us.
Yep, so for the viewers out there, they can come to the Wellness Center to support the Helping Hands Telethon.
Absolutely.
And they can also watch it on TV.
We welcome that they do come.
Right.
Or call on the phone, make a pledge. Everybody says the same thing, and it's true. You know, $5 is just as important as $500. So the $5 add up just as much. Please, when the telephon's on, pick up the phone and call.
And I really would like to thank you, Ting and Kathy, for really calling and allowing us to come here and do this. That was very kind of you. And
well, thank you very much. But I have seen some children that have benefited from Helping Hands.
Thank you.
And they definitely, you can't say for sure, but maybe they wouldn't have been where they are now if it wasn't for Helping Hands and the support they get there. So you guys do a great thing.
I always say it's not a career, it's a calling, and that's how we feel.
Excellent. But people out there who really want to help the kids that may not be able to have the ability to go to a regular school, that may need extra attention, this is a great agency that you can start maybe helping with a small donation, or coming out to the Wellness Center on the 23rd. Or even, watching on WYLN and just calling in a little donation. Thank you very much for coming on our show today.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Yep, no problems. Good luck with the telethon, and I'm sure everything will work out well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Call Physical Therapy and Balance Centers for a free 20-minute question and answer session. 501-1808. Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, 1324 North Church Street in Hazel Township, or visit them online at hazeltonpt.com.
WYLN TV 35 will have the most experienced political analysts in studio on election night, including some old friends and some new faces. Live election night coverage starts at 8 p.m. Tuesday, April 26th on WYLN.
I want you to attend the Kids, Clays, and Vets benefit fundraiser for the Hazleton Area High School Sports Shooting Club at Whitetail Shooting Preserve, Saturday, April 30th, starting at 9 a.m. There'll be a trap competition, 6-station money shoot, sporting clays, and Dirty Harry pistol range. Great food, tricky trays, vendors. You get to meet Staff Sergeant Eric Olson from the WYLN TV show Warriors Summit Outdoors. Plus, World War II vehicles will be on display all day. The Kids, Clays, and Vets benefit fundraiser at Whitetail Shooting Preserve, Saturday, April 30th, starting at 9.
Hello and welcome to WYLN Sports. I'm John Eric Polite, filling in for Eric DeBaradinas. Yesterday was perfect weather for baseball and a perfect day for the Rail Riders and Iron Pigs to get victories. We'll go to the Rail Riders first, taking on the Syracuse Chiefs. And in the bottom of the first, here's Rob Refsnyder singling to right field, and the Rail Riders are going to take an early 1-0 lead. Then, after some great defense, both teams' offenses will pick back up. Here in the 7th, Syracuse's Pedro Severino doubles to left and ties the game up. Syracuse did threaten again in the 7th, but they couldn't score again. Then in the bottom of the 8th, Aaron Judge is going to give this ball a nice ride to left or right, then throws a laser home, and it's just not in time. The Rail Riders get the win, 2-1. Now let's go an hour south of Scranton, where the Iron Pigs were tied up at 0 in the 7th against Rochester until Cam Perkins just squeezes the ball out of the park to go up 2-0. The Iron Pigs scored another run in the 8th and got a win 3-0. Both the Iron Pigs and Rail Riders will be in action tonight. The Rail Riders will take on Buffalo in a 4-game homestand, and the Iron Pigs will get Syracuse at home in a short 2-game series. On Friday, we talked about how the Penguins knew they were postseason bound, but they didn't know who they were going to play. On Friday night, the Pens got a victory at Lehigh Valley, but then they lost their final home game on Saturday to Providence. Yesterday was the final game of the season against top-seeded Hershey. Let's take a look. Before the game, the Hershey Bears were giving out their team awards. Let's see if the Pens could ruin the celebration. The storyline of this game was defense, as both teams cashed in stellar performances, and both teams are trying to figure out how to score. Both goaltenders in this game combined it for over 50 saves, and at the end of 2 periods, this game was scoreless. It wasn't until the 3rd when both teams got goals, and then it went into a scoreless overtime. Then in the shootout, Hershey got goals from Christian Drews and Riley Barber. The Penguins lost 2-1, but they will host Providence in the opening rounds of the AHL playoffs on Wednesday and Thursday. Now from ice to the hardwood. ESPN has reported that the Golden State Warriors assistant coach Luke Walton seems uninterested in taking the New York Knicks coaching job. Walton was the interim head coach for the Warriors until January 22nd, when Steve Kerr returned to the bench after having back surgery. During Kerr's absence, Walton led the Warriors to a 39-4 record, which was the second best start in NBA history. Walton was the NBA Coach of the Month in October and November. Many teams will be after Walton, but it will be his decision on whether or not to leave the Warriors. That's all for sports. Up next, Joe Garbacik is in with the final look at our forecast.
Glenn Geisinger is a proven conservative running for Congress. Glenn Geisinger is a veteran of the 82nd Airborne Division who will keep our country safe. Glenn Geisinger is a small businessman who wants our economy to work for everyone. Glenn Geisinger is pro-life and pro-Second Amendment. Glenn Geisinger will find common sense answers to problems holding back our country. For principled leadership and conservative solutions, vote Glenn Geisinger on Tuesday, April 26th.
This is Glenn Geisinger, and I approve this message.
Mary's dress waves like a vision she dances.
On April 23rd, the Alice Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton will present the B Street Band, the original Bruce Springsteen tribute band, at 7:30. Nearly 5,500 performances, and 34 years later, the B Street Band is still the hardest working tribute band on the circuit. Tickets are on sale now at the locations on your screen. The B Street Band, April 23rd at the Alice Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton.
All right, all is quiet on the home front, and we'll stay quiet through the next couple of days. Next chance of seeing any type of rain probably won't get here at least until the ending part of this week, but in the meantime, enjoy those mild temperatures. Won't be as mild as we go into tomorrow. It's going to be windy as well, but we're not going to be looking at 70s and 80s like we saw today, but 60s will take right through Thursday. Some showers around, maybe some thunderstorms for Friday, and then in the 50s for the weekend and early next week.
Absolutely. It was beautiful this weekend.
Oh, absolutely. It was nice. Mm-hmm.
And then today, not a cloud in the sky.
It was a nice
you could
one.
see some of the jets flying over.
Yep.
It's pretty exciting for baseball season. They'll probably love it. Hockey's still inside, but it's the Flyers. How about them?
Yeah, definitely after a really good start, so we'll see what happens.
Maybe these Philadelphia teams are turning around.
Let's not get carried away.
I know. Just the hope. Have a good night, everyone.